I'm recording me, I'm not recording all of you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning mindful, gentle yoga practice. And I'm so thrilled to see all of you here this morning. So thank you for trusting me with your practice this morning. I was thinking a lot this week. I had a lot of, just on a personal note, just a lot of things at work, and really had to dig deep into my personal power. And I wasn't consciously doing this. And I started to think about the different chakras, and so many times we work on our root chakra. I'm wearing red, Lori. Or we work on our heart chakras or our third eye, but seldom do we work on some of the other chakras. And I was thinking about, our personal power, and especially this time of transition. So we had this period where we went into stay-at-home orders, and then we started to open up a little bit. And some people have gotten to this point where they say, well, I kind of have this comfortable life now, and I don't want to break out of what I'm doing, and maybe some fear, anxiety coming from that. But then challenges, right? So when our solar plexus, our second chakra, our third chakra is out of balance, we feel sometimes aggression or lack of confidence even. It can be out of balance in both ways. And maybe we're trying to be people pleasers and, putting others first. But when we're in balance, so we have purpose, we're reliable, we're dependable, we're confident, and we come from that personal point of power. So today, I'd like you to think about or invite you to focus on your solar plexus. It's above your belly button up to your rib cage, like in this. I don't know if you can see me, but here. The color's yellow, and it's the Manipura is the Sanskrit name of it. And I'd like to show you in Yoga Mudra today, if you care to do this on your own at home. So you would take your 5 fingers. I'll put my hands up here so you can see. So your thumb and your pinky are almost in line together, and then your other fingers just come here like this. And then you would bring your hands right to your solar plexus, and just breathing in through your nose, deep belly breathing, and exhaling. And if you do this 3 times a day, they say for up to 10 minutes. Sometimes 10 minutes seems like a long time to some people, and I get it. But even just a few minutes, just breathing into your solar plexus to balance your chakra, your Manipura, and to regain that personal power and that confidence, especially as we go through this time of transition now where, slowly we're nudging towards opening up and, or different work opportunities or anything in our lives, different family situations. So with that, we will focus our postures today on the solar plexus. And we're going to start in a seated position. So I'm going to mute everybody. If I can find it. Lori, recording is going. And my participant. There we go. Yeah. I love technology. And the chat is up. If for some reason you have any questions and you put them in chat and I don't see it, please come off mute and let me know. Okay? So, again, we're focusing on our Manipura, our solar plexus today, coming into our personal space in our homes or wherever you may be, Coming into an easy seat. Your spine is erect, but it's not necessarily straight as a pin, just sitting comfortably. And if you'd like to take that yoga mudra of your 5 fingers together, I guess it's 4 fingers and a thumb, right? And bringing it to your solar plexus, relaxing your shoulders, coming into your space, settling in. And just take a moment to arrive on your mat from whatever you were doing this morning. Take a moment to feel your sits bones and your legs against the mat. Just taking a moment. I'd like to start with some grounding breaths. We're going to inhale through our nose deeply into our belly, and perhaps focusing on your solar plexus with that color yellow or gold. So inhaling deeply over the bridge of your nose, down into your belly, creating space. When you arrive, holding at the top, and then exhaling out of your mouth. And again, inhaling deeply. Feel the breath, feel the sensation. Maybe your solar plexus chakra is getting brighter in color and intensity. Hold and exhale. And let's do 3 more times to your breath. Inhaling, holding at the top and exhaling. Keeping your focus and your attention on your breath into your solar plexus. If thoughts come into your mind, just acknowledge them. You don't need to participate, and just send them on their way until practice is over. This is your time. And after you've completed your 5th breath, just release your fingers, hands to the knees. Start to flutter your eyes open. Maybe you stay behind a soft gaze. And on an inhale, we're going to come towards your left knee with your left shoulder, coming forward with an open heart, and then right shoulder to right knee and coming back for some seated circles. Seated hip circles. So inhaling, coming forward, exhaling, coming back. And as we warm up, you can make your circles bigger. And again, focusing your energy on your solar plexus as we move it forward and back, feeling that energy. Warming up your spine, warming up your hips. And on your next round back in your cat, then reverse, go in the opposite direction, starting with your right shoulder to your right knee. And taking your time, going to your breath, just making sure you're even on both sides. Feeling the energy. How does your energy feel in your solar plexus? Maybe you're already balanced. Our chakra wheels, the chakra means wheel, and our chakras rotate in a clockwise position. So when you're focusing on your chakra, you may see it spinning, and make sure it's spinning in a clockwise position. Coming, after you've completed your circles, come center. So when our chakras spin, when they spin in a clockwise position, we are balancing them in a positive rotation. On an inhale, open your palms up we're going to bring our arms out to the side and up. Maybe the gaze comes up to the ceiling. And exhale, let's drop our left hand to the mat, opening up the right shoulder. Maybe the gaze comes up, maybe it stays neutral. And just walking that elbow to the mat. If that's available to you, maybe you're just spider fingers today, that's great. Wherever you are, that's where you need to be. Breathing here, keeping the sits bones on the mat. Inhale, coming on up through center. Maybe palms touch, maybe they don't. And exhale over the other side. Length from the fingertips all the way down to the left sit bones. Bone, one on each side, I hope, right? Breathing in, inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, coming on up, length out of the side body, and then bringing your hands together and pressing them through heart center, taking your thumbs to your sternum, bowing inward, your beautiful mind to your loving heart, giving yourself love and gratitude for coming to the mat today. Now let's switch your legs. If you have your right leg in front, let's bring your left leg in front in a seated position. Inhaling our arms out to the side and up. This time we're going to twist over to your right. Small twist. It's our first twist of the morning, so we want to be gentle and always want to be gentle and kind to our body, but no need to force it. Inhaling, lengthening from the spine, and exhaling. And one more breath. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling. On an inhale, sweep up through center, taking your time to twist over to the other side and arrive there with your gaze is the last thing to go over your left shoulder. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, twisting. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, sweeping your arms up, happy Buddha, and exhale, hands at heart center. Let's lengthen out your left leg out to the side. Right foot comes inside of your left thigh. Make your adjustments with your sits bones. We're going to turn to face the left leg. Open your chest on an inhale, gaze slightly up, and on an exhale, let's spider finger our hands over that left leg. So they're on either side of your leg. Foot is flexed, and you're over that left leg, but your spine is long. Slightly tuck your chin for a slight throat lock. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Now, if it's available to you, let's bring our forearms or our hands flat onto the mat and maybe tuck your chin to your chest, maybe forehead to the knee. Breathing into that right side and feeling the hamstring on the left leg. Breathing here. Inhaling over the bridge of your nose, down your spine, down that left hamstring, pressing out of the heel of your left foot. On an inhale, let's walk our hands up, and then bring your right hand behind you, and with your left hand, you're going to sweep up, and you're going to come up on that right knee, and just a nice open stretch in that front body. Solar plexus is shining, fingers are alive. Breathing, head in line with the spine. Feel the energy from your head all the way down to your pinky toe on the left foot. Inhale, and on an exhale, sweep down. And nice. Bring that Left leg in, maybe give it a hug. And we're going to bring our right foot out to the side, left foot comes inside. And making your adjustments, taking your time. And facing that right leg, opening your heart, leading with your chest and hinging at the hips. Let's walk our fingers towards that right foot. Gaze is at the big toe, head in line with the spine. Inhale and exhale here. So you have a nice flat back. If you have blocks at home, sometimes I like to use them. It helps me get extension and length in the spine. Inhale and exhale, dipping your chin towards your chest, forehead to the knees. Maybe you go farther on this side, or maybe you don't. Each side is different. Breathing in, inhaling and exhaling. On an inhale, walk your hands up. Sweep that left hand behind you. Coming up on the left knee, sweeping the right arm up and opening up for a nice stretch. Variation of gate pose. Breathing here, opening your front body. Breathing, enjoying the space created. On your next exhale, sweep down. And let's bring that knee in and give it a hug. Now, without using your hands, bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, but the reason I want you to do it without your hands is I want you to find where your natural position is so that we're not overextending in the inner thighs and the groin. Okay, I know my hands up. So keeping them there. And we're going to adjust later when we come into Baddha Konasana for a deeper stretch. So hands can come to your shins or your ankles or your feet. We're going to start with a straight spine. Inhale, chest is open. On an exhale, we're going to hinge forward. Elbows can come to the thighs or the shins or the calves. And just coming forward, just like we did over our legs on the last asana, but this time you're just coming forward. Breathing here, spine is long, chin is slightly tucked. And on your next exhale, now drop your chin to chest. Maybe crown of the head comes towards your feet. Maybe it even touches your feet if you're extra flexible today. Some of us have that, some of us do not. And that's okay. What was that book? Wherever you go, there you are. And not forcing it, just creating space. And on an inhale, slowly roll up. Using your hands on the outsides of your thighs, let's bring our knees together. And now, bring your hands behind you. We'll come for a counter stretch. So feet are hip distance apart. Feet are flat on the floor. Hands are behind you, fingertips facing the sits bones or out or behind you, whatever feels good. If this does not feel good to you, come on down into bridge, okay? So on an inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift your hips, pressing into your shoulders. Chin is on the chest. Lift those hips high, press into your heels. Inhale and exhale. If you're in bridge, keeping your hips high. Inhale, exhale, coming on down. And now legs are long, coming into Dandasana. So feet are together and touching. Spine is long. Hands are pressing slightly into the mat, and you have belly engagement. So your lower bandha, your mula bandha, and your upper uddiyana bandha are slightly engaged. Now, taking your ears, let's bring them over the shoulders. So the way to find this adjustment is jut your chin out over your chest and then pull your ears back. You're almost going to feel like you have a slight double chin. And now slightly tuck your chin for your Jalahara Bandha, so your throat lock. So your Mula Bandha, your Uddiyana Bandha are engaged. Your throat, your Jalahara Bandha is engaged. And just breathing here for a moment. Feeling the energy from the crown of your head all the way down your spine. On an inhale, arms come out to the side, palms up. Gather the energy in the room and above your head. And on an exhale, lead with your heart, keeping a flat back. Coming forward, hinging at the hip. Go to where your point is, where your back starts to round, holding here. And on an exhale, dropping your hands or your forearms to the mat or on your shins and your chin to chest. Maybe your feet are flexed and your hands are grabbing your feet, or maybe your hands are on your ankles, or maybe your hands are underneath your thighs. Whatever feels good. On an inhale, gaze comes towards your big toes and coming on up. Now, option this time to come back into reverse table or reverse plank. So, or to come into bridge if those two options aren't good for you. So, on an inhale, prepare. Exhale, lifting our hips, toes are pointed, chin is on the chest. If you have a strong cervical spine, by all means, if you want to get a bigger stretch, you can drop your head. Press those palms into the mat, heels at the hands, shoulders are pressing up, hips pressing up. On your next exhale, coming on down. Woo. Now, come into seated position, crossing your ankles and rolling over into tabletop for our cat-cow series. So take a peek behind you. If you can see your feet, make the adjustment so that you can't see your feet. They're hidden by your thighs. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Pointer fingers are parallel. The pads of your fingers, the webbing part, all pushing into the mat to keep this out of your wrists. On an inhale, drop your belly, gaze comes up. Exhale, draw the belly in, feel that solar plexus. Tailbone pressing down, gaze at thighs, knees, or belly. Inhale, coming on up. Exhale, cat. Protract those shoulders. One more. And now, keep with your cat-cow, or maybe walk your hands out in front of you for hip circles in tabletop. So inhale the right hip to the right wrist, and then over left hip to left wrist, and then exhale back into extended child pose. And taking 3 on each side, maybe stopping someplace where you need extra attention, where you feel stuck. Sometimes in my psoas, I like to stop there. Maybe that feels good, maybe it doesn't. Whatever feels good to you. And then reversing. Focusing on your breath. When your mind starts to wander, and it will because we're human, coming back to the sound of my voice or your breath, and trying not to participate in the thought. When you're complete with your circles, coming into extended child's pose. And just remember, for your child's pose, if you have SI joint issues or low back, knees together may feel better, okay? Or if not, if it feels good to have wide knees and toes together, by all means, come into child's pose. And as a reminder, Your child's pose is available to you at any time. You want to take a break, take rest in child's pose. So wherever you are in child's pose, on an inhale, we're going to walk our hands over to the right, about 1 or 2 o'clock. Maybe your left palm comes on top of your right palm, and you feel a nice stretch from that pinky all the way down to the sits bones, into that left hip. Your head is dropped in between your elbows, head in line with spine, breathing, feeling the beautiful space you're creating in your side body. On an inhale, walk your hands through center, and exhale over to the other side at about 11 o'clock. And maybe the right hand comes on top of the left, pressing that right sit bone back towards the right heel. Breathing in and exhaling out. On an inhale, come through center and give a nice length in your child's pose. And then inhale, walk your hands up. Bring your knees closer together in hip distance apart if you had wide knees. Hands underneath your shoulders. Coming into one more cat-cow. Inhaling up. Exhaling, draw the belly in. And then find stillness and center. Inhale, tuck your toes. On an exhale, lift your knees 1 inch off the mat. Firing up your belly. It's gentle yoga, but we still want to build some strength. And on an exhale, bring your chest towards your thighs. So it's like a crouching tiger. So you're not quite in down dog yet. Breathing here. Heels are off the mat. Chest and belly towards the thighs. Knees are bent. On your next exhale, lift your hips high. Begin to straighten your legs. Walking your feet out, pedaling them out for your first down dog. Everybody looks great. Tipping the creases of your elbows up towards the sky. Bringing your chest more towards, that's it, more towards your thighs. Awesome. On an inhale, come onto the balls of your feet, coming into a high plank. And exhale, drop your knees, drop your chest and chin, coming all the way down to the mat. Press your feet, tops of your feet, into the mat. Engage your belly. On an inhale, come on up into cobra. Little cobra, or if you want to come into king cobra. I'm in little cobra. And exhale down. Inhale, tuck your toes. On an exhale, option to reverse plank or come through table and back into down dog. Pedaling it out, breathing here for a couple of breaths. Maybe there's a little bit more length in your dog. On an inhale, gaze comes forward, taking baby steps up to the top of your mat. On an inhale, look halfway up. Hands are on your shins or on your thighs. If you have blocks, this may be a good opportunity to use them. Exhale, forward fold. Arms hang heavy. Slight engagement in the belly, bending your knees, and on an inhale, we're going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale and exhale, shoulders down the spine. Beautiful. On an inhale, arms come out to the side. Gaze comes up, gathering the energy in the room. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, forward fold.
This time, we're going to reverse swan dive. Inhale, arms come out to the side, coming on up, gathering the energy and bringing your hands at heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, reverse swan dive. And we'll come into it right again. One more time. We're going to float down. Oops. Keep going. When you arrive, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up one vertebrae at a time. Vertebrae. And hands coming up and bringing the energy to your heart center. So this time, we're going to inhale our arms out to the side and up. And as you pull your palms together and bring them to heart center, you're going to bring your right knee up. So a little balancing act here. And then stepping mindfully and slowly your right foot back into warrior one. So it's going to come back about 4 feet behind you. Okay? It's dialed off to the side. Your hips are facing the right corner of the mat, making your adjustments. If your balance isn't keen today, like mine, step your left foot out to the left a little bit more. On an inhale, lifting your arms, holding here and breathing. 3 beautiful deep breaths, opening up your collarbone so shoulders broaden. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. On an exhale, palms paint the wall in front of you, and we're going to come on down, coming onto the ball of the right foot. Bring that right knee down onto the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, coming on up into Anjaneyasana. Again, open your heart. Slight tuck of the tailbone, shoulders open. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you can, clasp your hands together, maybe a yoga mudra at the top. Inhale, lifting out of the side body a bit, and then exhale over to your left to create length and space in that right side body. You're going to feel it in your right psoas. Nice. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale up through center. Exhale, palms come to the mat. Lengthen the left leg, heel comes up. Foot slides forward into Ardha Hanumasana, half split. So pull the left hip back. And now, again, if you have blocks and you want to get a little bit more length, this is a good opportunity to use them. Inhale and exhale, coming forward, leaning in, pulling that left hip back, feeling that left hamstring. Maybe bend your knee if that's a little too much in the left hamstring. Inhale. Exhale, bend back into the left knee. Plant the hands. Step the left foot back. High plank. Option for chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Coming down, coming into king cobra or up dog, planting your feet into the mat, knees come off the mat, shoulders open. On an exhale, coming through table or into down dog. And taking a moment here, feeling how your dog may be different from the first dog. Inhale, gaze comes up to your hands, taking bigger steps up to the front of the mat. When you arrive, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive.
And hands at samastitihi. Beautiful. Now for the other side. Inhale, arms out to the side and up. Palms meet at the top. As you bring your palms to your heart center, lift that left knee, foot is flexed, and then exhale slowly and mindfully, stepping it back into warrior one. Making your adjustments. Nice. Inhale your arms up. Open your heart. Gaze comes up, bending into that right knee, knee over ankle. 3 breaths here. Fingers are alive, active. You're pressing into the knife edge of the back foot. Inhale, exhale, paint the wall in front of you. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Bring that left knee down. Release the foot. Inhale onto your fingertips and then exhale up into Anjaneyasana. Feeling length in that left psoas. Pull that right hip back, left psoas forward. Open your heart. Hands come together at the top, maybe yoga mudra. Inhale, lifting out of your side body, and then exhale over to your right. Breathing here. Inhale through center. Exhale, palms come to your mat, lengthening the right leg, sliding that right heel forward, tipping the foot up for a flex, and come into half splits, Ardha Hanumasana on the right side. Inhaling and exhaling, pull that right hip back, feeling length in that right hamstring. Inhale, exhale, bend into the right knee, plant your hands. This time we're going to step our left foot to meet the right. Inhaling halfway up, exhale, forward fold. While you're here, feet are hip distance apart. Bring your peace fingers to wrap around your big toes. Head hangs heavy, top of the head towards the mat. Slight bend in the knee. Inhale, look halfway up. On an exhale, bend your elbows out east to west, bending those knees as much as you need to. Inhaling halfway up, exhaling. And release the bind. Inhale, reverse swan dive, root to rise, strong legs, palms meet at the top, and hands at heart center. So we'll pause here to do some balancing. We haven't done dancer, I don't think, in a while. So I'm going to face you so you can see. So feet are hip distance apart. You're going to have belly engagement in your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha, slight engagement. Find a dristi, a focal point on the floor or the wall. When you're ready, coming into your left foot, I'll face you this way, and just bend your right knee. And you're going to hold here. This is your first stage if you'd like to stay here. Then second stage, grabbing the inside of your foot. Knees together. Keep your focal point on the floor or the wall. You can just listen to my voice. Next stage, inhale your left arm up. Fingers are together. Energy from fingertips all the way down to that left foot. And then the next stage, kick that right foot into the right hand. That will propel you forward. Keeping your focus on the floor or the wall. Remembering to breathe. If you fall out of it, that is really okay. What do I say? When we go to our edge, we are growing. Keep breathing.
beautiful. Oh, wow. You guys look awesome. And slowly, without slingshotting, coming back, release the foot and shake it out. Maybe release that left foot. Nice job, everybody. Everybody's dancer looked gorgeous. Okay, coming back to the other side. Finding your mountain. Four corners of the feet are on the mat, maybe lifting your toes to find that belly engagement. And when you're ready, bringing the weight into your right leg, slight bend in the knee, and then bend your left knee. And then when you're ready, grabbing the inside of that left foot, keeping your focus. Inhale your right arm up, and then exhale, press the left foot into the hand, coming forward. Pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Breathing. Pushing that big toe of the right foot into the mat. That will help with your balance. 2 more breaths. And now coming on out of it slowly. And nice. Beautiful, everybody. Gorgeous. Woo. And let's just coat hanger our arms back and forth. Yeah. Nice job. So let's come to the front of our mat. We're going to inhale, coming up. Exhale into Utkatasana, chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes. Inhaling and exhaling, maybe go a little deeper. On your next exhale, forward fold. Looking halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, and then let's step back into either high plank or tabletop. Option for chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Coming all the way down to your mat. Pausing here for a moment. Let's walk our fingers out to the side, like spider fingers. They're parallel with your shoulder. On an inhale, we're going to rise up for wild cobra. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, dip the left shoulder in towards center. Breathing here. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Right shoulder dips in. Keep those feet pressed into the mat to keep this out of your low back. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, release down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, either reverse plank or come through table and into down dog. Inhale and exhale. Length from tailbone all the way to the fingers. Option to always take child's pose. Inhale, gaze comes up to the top of your mat. This time, take bigger steps up to the top of your mat. If you would like to float, that's fine. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit back and coming into Utkatasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming on up, slight baby back bend. And exhale, hands at Samastitihi. Inhale, arms come out to the side. On an exhale, we're going to lift the left leg this time, bringing it back into warrior one. Arms come up. Breathing here, knee over ankle. Inhale. Exhale, come into warrior two. So arms come out to the side, gaze is over the right fingertips, right knee driving towards that right pinky toe. Take a look at your back arm, make sure it's level. Inhale, right palm flips up. Exhale, reverse your warrior. through center. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm is light on the right thigh. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, hinge forward. And on an exhale, coming on down into Trikonasana. So again, if you have blocks, another opportunity to use them to help you create space. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, back up into warrior two. Flip the right palm again, coming back into reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, let's cartwheel our hands down. Now for our challenge here, come onto the ball of your left foot and inhale to prepare, and on an exhale, kick off with your back foot and coming into standing splits. It's going to look more like an L, which is normal. So left foot is flexed, toes are pointing down. Inhale, see if you can lift it a little bit higher. Crown of the head is towards the mat. And on an exhale, left foot meets the right, inhaling halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, belly to the thighs. Inhale, reverse swan dive or roll up one vertebrae at a time, and arms come up and hands at heart center. Nice job, everyone. We'll go to the other side. So inhale, arms come out to the side. We're going to raise up the right knee and then coming back into warrior one. Inhale your arms up. Taking note of where your knee is. Make sure it's over the ankle, not in front. Inhale. Exhale, coming into warrior two. Gaze over the left fingertips. Drive that left knee towards the pinky toe. Protect your knee. Inhale, flip that left palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale through center. Exhale, extended side angle. Energy from fingertips all the way down to the toes. Breathing here. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, lengthen that front leg. Inhale, hinge forward and come into your Trikonasana. Bend into the left knee. Engage your belly. Come into warrior two. Flip that palm of the left hand. Exhale, proud warrior. And inhale, come center. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Engage your belly. Inhale. Exhale, kick on up into half splits. Flexing that right foot, toes pointed down, head towards the crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale. Exhale, lift that leg a little higher and bring that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And hands at heart center. That was your peak pose, people. So let's step out to mat width. Toes are pointing out, heels are pointing in. If you have your block, sit it under your bottom. If you don't have a block, we're coming into Malasana. So inhale, hands at heart center. Exhale, knees come out over the feet. Maybe this is where you go today, and that's fine. If you want to go deeper, as long as your spine is long, maybe you come to a block, or maybe you don't. Wherever you are, inhaling
And exhaling. A couple of breaths here. Nice. Inhale. And on an exhale, bring your hands down behind you. If you're in close to the ground with Malasana, let's come to a seat. If you're up here, then just coming on down as you can into your seat. And maybe shake out your legs a little bit. So bring your feet hip distance apart. We're going to come into Navasana. So we have traditional Navasana. I taught the past few weeks of modified. So modified would be here, okay? So you're on your forearms. So coming into a seated position, spine is long. Inhale your arms out to the side or forearms to the mat if you're going to modify today. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, left foot up. Shins are parallel to the ceiling. Feet are flexed, yogi toes. Core is engaged. That solar plexus is engaged. We hold on to trauma here, so if you're feeling a little, queasy or quaky, shaky, release whatever's there if you can. If you'd like to extend your legs, go a little deeper. Or if you'd like to come into full boat, lengthening your legs out. Keep core engagement. Keep your bandhas engaged. Another breath. And then exhale, slowly bend your knees back. Feet back to the mat. Forehead to the knees. And inhale, lengthen your spine. And on an exhale, keeping your hands behind your knees, walk your hands down your backs of your thighs, coming all the way down onto the mat. So bring your heels in towards your sits bones. Arms are long, palms pressing into the mat, triceps pressing into the mat. We're going to come up for bridge. So inhale, hips high, clasping your hands underneath if it feels good to you. Press those triceps into the mat. Knees are driving towards each other. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And on your next exhale, release the bind and roll down one vertebra at a time. Let's bring your knees into your chest. Let's give them a beautiful hug. And then grabbing the outside of your feet, the outside edges, coming into happy baby, or grabbing your big toes with your peace fingers, coming into happy baby. Maybe extending one leg or the other, pressing your sacrum into the mat, feeling length in your low back, whatever feels good to you. Somebody said, I think I mentioned it last week, someone's called the baby extending legs tantrum baby, which I thought was kind of funny. Not very yogi-like, but I like to say happy. And come center, find stillness. Try to pull your feet down towards the earth or your toes down towards the earth. Feel a nice stretch in your inner thigh. Now bring your feet together and let's bring them down to the mat, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So maybe now you can feel where your heels are closer to your sits bones. And just taking a moment here. And using your hands, put them around your thighs. Right hand, right thigh, left hand, left thigh. And just close your butterfly. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Inhale and exhale. Bring that left knee in. Maybe your hands come behind your left thigh, or maybe it grabs your shin. Flexing both feet for a nice hip opener. Breathing here.
left foot. Cross the right knee over the left like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. And then bump your, if you want, bump your hips over to the right a little bit and then drop your knees to the left. If this is uncomfortable, by all means, release your knees and just twist over to your left. Coming back to your breath, if your mind has been wandering. Inhale, come center. Uncross your legs if they're crossed. Let's cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, flexing both feet. Bring that right thigh into your chest, grabbing onto your shin or behind your thigh. Whatever feels good. Breathing into that hips. Supine, half pigeon. Releasing any residual stuckness or tightness. Breathing in and exhaling it out. Release that right foot to the mat. Cross your left knee over, arms out to a T or in goalpost. Bump your hips over to the left a little bit and then exhale, dropping your knees over to the right. Gaze comes to the left. Again, if this is uncomfortable, feel free to uncross the legs. Inhale, come center. Uncross your legs, feet are mat distance apart, and let's just windshield wiper our knees back and forth. Taking your time, take this opportunity to take any last asana that you feel you need before we close our practice with Shavasana. And when you're ready, coming onto your mat, extending your legs long, feet come out to the corners of your mat, shoulders tucked slightly underneath you, palms facing up, and taking the moment to integrate and assimilate all of the good things that you've done for your body in the last hour. Maybe giving a couple of deep cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose into that solar plexus again, checking in, see if it feels any differently than it did in the beginning. And then exhaling out. And then one more deep cleansing breath. And just relax. No more work to be done. And I will guide you out at the end of the practice.
start to bring your breath back into your body. Like you're waking up from a beautiful, restful sleep, maybe making gentle movements with your toes and your fingers, maybe giving a stretch. Your arms above your head, and your toes are stretching down towards the bottom of your mat. And just awakening your body. And when you're ready, rolling onto your favorite side. Pausing here for a moment, releasing any residual things that no longer serve you. And then using your top arm, propping yourself up into a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to heart center, bowing inward, giving yourself love and gratitude for coming to the mat today and doing something wonderful for yourself. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to be your guide. I thank you for joining me today and choosing to share your practice with me. I wish you much love, joy, and peace, happiness, well-being, and health throughout your day and your week. Namaste. Thank you all.